Well, what's going on, y'all? 7:20, man, in the West Coast. What a night last night. We gonna get into the fight and all that stuff that happened last night, and between Draymond and Rudy Gobert. But first of all, we just gonna continue on like we normally do. It is 7:21 down the West Coast. We're gonna get down the scores and all the in-season tournament games. The Pacers beat the Sixers 132 to 126. Atlanta beat Detroit 126-120. Um, Miami beat Charlotte 111-105. OKC beat San Antonio Spurs 123 to 87. Brooklyn Nets beat the Orlando Magic 124 to 104. New Orleans Pelicans beat the Dallas Mavericks 131 to 110. Utah beat Portland 115 to 119, 104 to 101 is Minnesota over Golden State. The Clippers lose to Denver Nuggets 111 to 108. And that's the games from last night. Tonight's games, Dallas at Washington, Knicks in Atlanta, Boston, Philly. That's going to be on ESPN. Milwaukee, Toronto, Orlando and Chicago, they play tonight. Minnesota and Phoenix. Sacramento play the Lakers. I think it's all the in-season tournament, I think. And then you got Cleveland and Portland. Let me see. That's going to be it. Let's see. No, they're playing at the Lakers. Lakers going to be playing at him. I don't know how many games it's going to be. Or they'll let me know if it was in-season tournament. Tonight, we don't have no in-season tournaments, right? Right. Okay, so. Now let's go to college hoops. Shout out to my boy Vaughn. Man, we sat there and watched the game last night. We were doing college basketball all season long. Watched the Champions Classic last night. All right, we're gonna go to ESPN. We go to the women first. LSU beat Kent State 109-79. Williams had 42 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals as a freshman. Baylor 84, and she shot over 75% from the field. Baylor beat Utah 84-77. Texas beat UT Arlington 110-64. Washington State beat Montana 61-49. Now let's go to the men. Kansas came back and beat Kentucky 89-84. Hunter Dickinson had 27 points, 21 rebounds, 3 steals. I did call it a 2020 game from him last night. And he actually did do that. Marquette beat Illinois 71-64. They came from behind and beat Illinois should have won that game, but I ended up watching that game this morning. UConn beat Mississippi Valley State, defending champions, 87-53. Tennessee beat Wofford 82-61. They was only up by 5 at halftime. Wofford's always been in the tournament if you keep up with college basketball. Mid-major. Creighton beat Iona 92-84. Duke beat Michigan State 74-65. Florida Atlantic beat Eastern Michigan 100-57. Gonzaga beat Eastern Oregon 123-57. Texas A&M beat SMU 79-66. Baylor beat Kansas City. Go Rule 99-68. 61. UC Irvine upset USC 70-60. Alabama beat South Alabama 102-46. And Colorado beat Milwaukee 106-79. And tonight's games, let me see who's playing tonight. Okay, Rice played Texas. That's the only team that's ranked that's going to be playing tonight. Let me see who's going. I know there's a good game on. That's going to be on the women's side, I think, tonight. Let me see. Let's go to Wednesday here. You got Hampton, North Carolina, Alabama State, Oklahoma, Elon, NC State, Northwestern play Notre Dame, and Ole Miss play Temple. All right. But let me just get right on to this, man. I found it kind of funny last night of what happened. Then again, I'm not necessarily shocked. I know the announcer said that he was choking Clay, grabbed Clay. I didn't see it like that. I didn't see it like that. Now, I will say that I don't feel sorry for Rudy Gobert because he brought that on himself. Because you remember when you was coughing over everything during COVID time, and then you just wiped everything down and ended up one of your teammates ended up actually getting it, and all this, that, and the third. You had that coming to you, like, shout out to Savage Basketball Fans too, man, because he was talking about he's going to do some of his greatest fights, man. They just had so many of them. There's so many of them I could just think about. Xavier McDaniel, and a lot of people forget about Xavier McDaniel and Charles Oakley. That's one of my favorite ones. Bird and Dr. J. There was a lot of them, man. I got really just got to just go deep. I'm gonna have to a Savage. A Savage. I'm gonna have to do the same thing too. I'm gonna have to get me a list together and do my favorite fights on here, because every superstar that I seen that played in the NBA, they got into a fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if they got sucker punch or whatever. They still got into a fight. But let's get back to Rudy Gobert here. I don't feel sorry for him, but what he said was quite interesting. And a lot of people on YouTube is saying this too. A lot of people that's part of the Lions Den basketball community. We've been saying it on our platforms and stuff. When he knows he ain't got Steph Curry, he fights. Like the year when Clay when Clay was coming back, yeah, he was out for the season for the ACL, and then they ended up losing Steph Curry, and then you had the opportunity to show what, because they say that you is a Hall of Famer, and they say I'm not knocking the success of the Warriors and everything like that. You do play you did have an impact in them winning them championships. I ain't even knocking that, but it was time for you to be a so-called Hall of Famer. You got yourself kicked out every game because you didn't have Stephen Curry. So what he actually said was something that a lot of people have been seeing. When you don't have Klay Thompson, or especially if you don't have Stephen Curry, you do shit to get out the game. Now, mind you, man, he choked the living crap out of Rudy Gobert. And I'm just sitting there watching the teammates, and Karl Anthony Towns was standing right there. Like, he was literally standing right there. He didn't say anything to the dude. Only time he really came up there and did something is when Ant-Man. I see y'all people too, man, calling this man Michael Jordan's son and all this, man. Y'all people crazy, man. I don't be saying no stuff like that, man. There ain't no proof of that or anything like that or whatever, man. Y'all need to stop that. Yeah, he does resemble Jordan, but hey, I'm not in that business. I don't even care. But y'all calling that man Michael Jordan's son, man. Y'all boys is funny as hell, man. Man, that Hey, that remind me of the movie with Charlie Sheen and Chris Tucker. You know, he say he's Victor Mo's son. And he is not Victor Mo's son. You know what I'm saying? Salute, Matt. Yeah, yeah, I mean, let's come on, man. That's that. I watched that fight like 10 times, man. I just watched him 10 times choke, man. That shit remind me of Baby Boy. When Jody was talking stuff, man, and everything, and he was just like, and he just grabbed him, just choking the living breath out of him. What amazes me, Draymond, that you have all this energy and everything, choking motherfuckers out and shit like that, but the word on the street is that Tristan Thompson smacked the living shit out your ass and you didn't do shit. So why you didn't slap Tristan Thompson? I'm just asking questions. Why you didn't slap that dude, bro? Like, why you didn't slap him? Yeah, all that energy to safari punch Jordan Poole, to choke out Rudy Gobert, and dude, you didn't want that smoke with Tristan Thompson? Oh yeah, that's the same year you signed with Clutch too, by the way. You know, because you know how ESPN is. They tell the whole story just like this. But anyway, that I just man, what is going on, man? Like you ain't, hey man, you like the biggest fake tough guy I ever want to see in my life, bro. Like it's just your character. It's just how you move around. I'm just judging by everything that you go, how you move, how you walk. You know what I'm saying? Especially you sign with Clutch, you're $1 million man. You know what I'm saying? And you do some sucker stuff like that. Granted, hey, Rudy Gobert deserved everything that came to him. But it was time for you to get that smoke with somebody who slapped the living shit out of you. You didn't do nothing about it. Man, fuck out of here. I don't respect that shit, but that shit was funny. That shit was funny. I laughed like a motherfucker seeing that shit. Hey Alex, how you felt about him smacking him, man? I mean choking him up, man. You're a Warrior fan. How you feel about that? You know, that's I mean, it's just obvious. It's just obvious to me because that year you got technicals and getting kicked out of games and all kind of stuff, man. You say he was looking out for his bro Clay. I don't think I see Rudy Gobert. This is my opinion, and I ain't. Everybody sees stuff differently. Rudy Gobert to me was just trying to separate the situation, and Draymond took it to the next level. Cause I ain't see him choking Clay. I seen that video over 10 times. You know what I'm saying? I ain't see that shit. Forget the motherfucker is 7 feet tall and shit. Like goddamn, if it is what it is, but he had it coming to him, man. He had Rudy Gobert had everything coming to him. I didn't see it like that. I just thought Draymond just escalated and just choked that nigga out. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But that's just how I see it. I watched that video over 10 times. I didn't see him trying to choke Clay Thompson or anything like that. He was just trying to clear the situation up. It was already feisty as it is. The game was building and everything like that. And the referees in this era, they don't know how to kill the tension before it actually even happens. So the referees let that. That all that time building up, they should have been killed there. They should have built. You could just feel the tension was coming, and then boom, it just happened. I know they're gonna make excuses for the Warriors for for Minnesota barely beating them without Steph and Clay. Man, y'all got to start giving. That's why these young teams ain't afraid of these teams and this the ones that y'all keep on holding on to, man. Like these young teams ain't afraid of these boys, man. Like they not, man. Dude, hey, Minnesota still got the win regardless. Warriors still had to get it done. They just didn't. You know, it was kind of ironic to me in this era. They when they lose, oh, they didn't have this player and this player. You know what I'm saying? But then when it comes to other players, didn't have they so-called players. Oh, they don't keep that same energy. They just don't keep that same energy. They don't. They make every freaking excuse it is known to man. And at the same time, take a dump on another player just just to make that player look like he's so, you know, greater than what he actually really is. It's just sad, man. You could blame the demise of NBA basketball. You could blame the media for that. You could blame all of them for that. 'Cause when it was about the NBA, the NBA was in a better place. It took major dumps ever since 2010 to all the way to now. Major dumps every single year. Just dump it. And at the same time, change your rules. Because by that time, by 2011 and 12 season, they changed the rule. What? How many years? How many years was that going on? The '06. I say that's like the fifth year, fifth five going on six that they was changing the rules. Y'all forget they started changing the rules in the NBA from 2004, 5, or oh 05, I think oh 05, oh 06, all the way to the present. She's about to be, shoot, that's, yeah, do the math. I just find it very interesting. I know Draymond choked them out. I know people say that, I got homies said the same thing Alan said. I got other people, everybody's thinking the things differently, but fuck all that shit. But why y'all ass always getting kicked out, bro? Why you can't sit there and support your teammate? You ain't got Jordan Poole no more. And Jordan Poole looking very terrible right now. You know what I'm saying? But that, to me, that don't justify what you did. Because when it's time for you to get that smoke with somebody that smacked the shit out of you, you didn't do a goddamn thing. But then you want me to respect your shit that you be choking motherfuckers out in the NBA? You kiss my motherfucking ass. That ain't no man shit. That is not no man shit. This ain't no threats, it's anything. I just don't respect that shit, man. You gonna get a long suspension for that shit. You're already jeopardizing your team as it is, and the Warriors already is no margin for error for me for them this year. They got no margin for error. None. They ain't got no margin for error. They don't have a lot of size as it is. If Steph don't go, if Steph can't take y'all can't take you, I sure the hell don't trust you. I just don't get it, man. I don't see. I don't see how these people be hyping this man up like this dude is all that. Dude, no, not no. I ain't never seen no other player like you before, ever. A lot of these new players I see in this era now be doing some shanky danky stuff. but they actually got the numbers and everything like that, to make it to the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? So they got players in the NBA that's still waiting to get into the Hall of Fame. That deservingly should be in the Hall of Fame. So you did this dumbass shit for what? I mean, absolutely for what? Man, that was crazy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna watch it again right now. Maybe I could see it differently how everybody else has seen it. I seen it. I seen it. Draymond Green, like Rudy Gobert. Yeah, man. Well, the way he was choking him, man. I thought that shit was wrestling. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's just crazy to me, man. That's just crazy. I get a I already said that already. I already said that already. They wouldn't have won them championships. They should have won more championships with him in there, but he should have played a bigger part in it. In it. But let's just keep it. I'm just keeping it real. Steph Curry is the main engine that drives it. That drives that engine. It just does. It's just like how they shit on Kobe, said that Kobe is the second fiddle. But then I could give you the first NBA Finals, but it's like I keep telling y'all, Kobe got hurt in that first NBA Finals. He missed 2 games, so of course his stats is going to be down. But look at the second and third one. Look at that whole entire playoff run. Look at the numbers and everything. Shaq had the least. Shaq dominated. Shaq went against a good person, what happened? He got his ass kicked by Hakeem. Draymond don't have numbers like Kobe had. I'm sorry. Y'all want me to respect Draymond, but then y'all don't even respect players in the past that really got it out the mud, out that grind and shit like that. If Kobe was such a ball hog, he wouldn't even did what? He wouldn't even gave the ball to Shaq. I know because I lived in those times. They was shitting on Kobe Bryant even when he was winning championships with Shaq. I know because I was there. I remember living it, seeing it in live time. What up, Holmes?
Greetings, brother.
Man, what's
Man,
good,
what's
man?
up?
What you think about Draymond? Man, everybody, man, I ain't,
Man,
Draymond is not a fucking Hall
man.
of Famer. I'm gonna say this. Hold on, Copper. I'm sorry. Draymond to me is not a Hall of Famer. Look at all the power forwards in the league that made it to the Hall of Fame. They got better numbers than Draymond Green. It's not even close. Where is a Draymond mixtape at? Where is it? Only mixtape you see about Draymond on YouTube is what? Him kicking people in the nuts. Go ahead, Conquer.
Man, here goes another fucking situation where he's hurt the team more than he helped. And I keep saying it, lost them championship, but he lost like. But man, he didn't gotta rush in like that, bro. That was
What you
that was
say?
never, man. Choking out the dude like that, man, like excessively, like let
Man, I
him
thought
go,
it was
bro.
wrestling.
Like,
I thought it was the old WWF when I seen that
man,
shit. But
I'm waiting for Rudy
I'm
Gobert to tap, bro. I'm like Rudy tap, bro.
hey, and
Waiting
then it
for
was
Rudy
crazy.
Gobert to tap, bro.
And then what's
But
crazy about it was none of his teammates. To me, I say this before all this got started. Okay, this is what I said in the beginning. I don't feel sorry for Rudy Gobert. You remember when he was coughing?
man,
You remember when
that's
he was
what you get.
coughing?
That's
Remember
what
how
you
he
get,
was
man.
coughing during COVID and he was
Man,
coughing all everywhere, touching everything in the
it,
interviews and shit, and then and then one of his teammates ended up getting COVID behind that
it's
dumb behind
funny.
stuff.
It's funny how this dude always do dumbass shit, and other people always get in the face. Like the only shit I got with Gobert there, when you come deal with shit, go get your boys. Like because you know how it go with T Price. Like if in that scene where he grabbed Klay Thompson, that's a good time for my boy to get in a punch. Go grab your boy, go hold your teammate, leave Klay. That's the only thing I got with go about. Like when you de-escalating situation, grab your boy. That's the only situation. But man, I ain't feeling no way for Gobert, and I ain't surprised that's how Draymond Green react. Cause man, you damn right, he looking for opportunity to get off the court. But like, yeah, step out. Damn, I ain't gonna be
And
responsible
he
for
be
this.
doing this shit all the
He's
time,
waiting
man.
for that,
That
man.
year,
Ever since
that year
Steph
I'm
Curry
talking.
broke his hand, that year Steph Curry broke his hand, bro, he find
Yeah,
all way to get out. Man, this dude is not a. Yeah, he's not a. I never see he lead the Warriors no time,
right.
no
Yeah,
small
of course,
stretch.
of
Drew ain't
course.
no small stretch in the playoff, like no time. I never
He
seen him.
ain't
So
that
to me,
unfortunate people make him out
that's
to
not a
be.
Hall of Famer.
That's the
That's
only
not a
thing I'm
Hall of
saying.
Famer. That's
He's
not a Hall
not
of
as
Famer to me.
unfortunate people
But
make him.
AT Price, I just gotta go early, man. I needed to get that up because man, he's a punk and he always hurt the Warriors, bro. Get rid of him, man. But a lot of people love him, so whatever. But man, I'm heading out with my family today, so I just needed to get it off, bro. Man, do your thing, T Price. Man,
Oh
like,
man, no doubt, man.
subscribe.
Salute you, man, for coming in, bro. Yeah, I go back at it later on this afternoon myself. So salute to you, man. But yeah, this ain't no swipe but Draymond. Of course, Draymond is a main physical part of the Warriors going for championships and shit like that. But it's like what you done lately, though. Like what you have done lately. When it's time for you to lead your team, they call you a Hall of Famer. In that year that we talking about when Stephen Curry had that wrist injury or whatever like that, you got kicked out a lot of games because you knew Klay Thompson wasn't there because he tore his ACL in the finals. You didn't do nothing. Didn't do nothing. It's too much evidence of this. I don't understand. When somebody is hitting y'all with something like with straight facts and shit, y'all will still want to argue me down. Hey, it's just my opinion. We gonna have it's just a disagreement. I don't think he is one. I don't think it is. If not, they already dumbing down the game as it is. That is totally dropping the ball. Totally dropping the ball. Totally. Little 3,000. I mean, I just don't understand. Hey, of course, of course I can't take that away from him, but I could talk about it. Is he well deserved? Okay, I'm gonna put it like this. When the last time Draymond Green made an All-Star team? Since you want to come jazzy in my comments and everything like that, answer my question. When the last time Draymond Green made an All-Star team? I'll wait. Stephen Curry made more, way more. Klay Thompson made way more than he is. If this man is a so-called Hall of Famer, how many freaking I'm just waiting. When the last time I remember the last year? When was the last year Draymond Green made an All-Star team? When? When the last how many years it's been? These players in this era get so overhyped. It gets so overhyped, especially somebody like him. You talking about the same one that got into it with KD because they was gonna sign KD and everything like that. I ain't trying to bash Draymond Green, but I'm just saying I'm not with the consensus. So you want to come over here and say stuff like that in the comments? That's fine. Nobody don't block her. Don't say anything. Just let her make it. You talking to somebody? I don't get down with that stuff right there. He to me, no, he's not. If he's so much bigger than what you say he is, right there in the comment section, then how come he can't lead his team without Stephen Curry to a playoff berth? If he's not that dude, if he's that dude that you say he is. He ain't never done that shit. Never. 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 He ain't never done that shit. Never. Where the heck the fuck? Draymond Green carried the Golden State Warriors on his back and get them in the playoffs without Stephen Curry. Raise your hand. I'm like, Wills, man. Some of y'all people just need to raise your hand and just listen. I'm waiting. He's not no fucking enforcer, man. He's not. I know an enforcer when I see one. He's a fake enforcer. Okay. And then if he was such an enforcer, I'm going to get back to this. If he's so much of an enforcer, if he was so much an enforcer, how come he didn't do that to Tristan Thompson when Tristan Thompson smacked him in his goddamn face? I'm just asking questions here. Since he's so much of an enforcer, how come he didn't slap Tristan Thompson in the face? Then Steve Kerr gonna sit there gonna say, oh, Steve Kerr, Draymond and Clay, shit. Man, they ain't do nothing wrong. Really? Thank you, Jacory. Thank you. The only reason why this motherfucker even considered as a motherfucking enforcer is because majority of these players in this era, they are soft. Facts. Mike Clay sat there and grabbed the man's jersey. I mean, come on, like I'm watching the whole shit. It's like what's going on here? I know it's the Warriors. Is I know Clay is light skinned and shit, but come on, man. And I like Klay Thompson as a basketball player. Pause. I'm talking about as a player. Yeah, he's just not the same player as he used to be. But come on, man. Draymond Green is not that enforcer, man. Cut that shit out, man. He's not an enforcer like a Xavier McDaniel and all the dudes back in the day. You feel what I'm saying? He's not a enforcer like that. He's not even an enforcer like the Detroit Bad Boy Pistons. He's not an enforcer like that. He's just not. He go against motherfuckers that he knows is not gonna. He's a type of enforcer that's not. He ducks that smoke because if he would have got that smoke, he would have gave Tristan Thompson them hands, even if he won or lost. But he didn't. And then at the same time, he played with clutch. You talking about the same Draymond Green? He played good in every single playoff series, and then played against the Lakers last year and act like he didn't know how to play basketball. He's not like Anthony Mason. He's nothing like Charles. He definitely not Charles Oakley. He's definitely not like Dennis Rodman. He's definitely like Maurice Lucas. He's definitely like old school Alonzo Mourning. And don't get it twisted. Larry Johnson would have gave him that work. He can't. He's not an enforcer like the Davis boys, Antonio Davis and Dale Davis. He's not an enforcer like Brian Grant. I'm doing old school Portland Trailblazers. He definitely ain't Zach Randolph. He definitely can't bully Stacey Augmon, the Plastic Man. You want me to continue? Cause we could do this all day. Cut this nonsense out. This man is a fucking enforcer. No, the fuck he's not. That shit, man, I seen that shit. I was like, man, look at this whole ass nigga, man. He fucks with, see, a nigga like that, he fucks with people that know that it's not gonna respond to him. But if he fucks with somebody that's on his level, he ain't gonna fuck with that. I haven't seen him do it yet in his NBA career. Draymond, the last time you had a great game, you remember, Jay Reed from Akron smacked his game 5 $1 million body nuts on your fucking head while grabbing your head at the same time. That year. I'm talking about that year right there. I'm talking about that year right there, Doraemon. That year right there. He rubbed his $1 million nutsack on your damn head while grabbing your arm at the same time. That's the same year. That's the same year that you had that good ass game 7, and you ain't had a game like that since. That game right there was a game that I thought you could have been if you was with the Warriors. I watched you when you was in high school, and I watched you when you was at Michigan State. This ain't, you ain't talking to somebody who just now watching. I've been watching your whole career. And I used to live in Michigan too, so I watched your high school games and stuff like that too. So you talking to somebody that really watched you, sir. You ain't had a game like that since that game 7. Then you messed around and got your ass smacked by Tristan Thompson. That same summer. Then from that year, you signed with Clutch Sports. I've been saying this forever. I don't see how Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson fucking deal with you. You working with the enemy. You the same guy will let them disrespect Steph Curry in front of you, and you don't say a fucking thing. You ain't no Ben Wallace. You definitely ain't no Ron Artest. You definitely ain't no Rasheed Wallace. You definitely ain't no Bonzi Wells. To the person that was talking about Draymond Green, you ain't got nothing to say after all the people that I just mentioned. He's not a fucking enforcer than that. None of the motherfuckers I mentioned. Not a damn nutter. Oh, I forgot about that one too, Jacory. What happened to that time with Marcus Morris? Marcus Morris got up in your shit. Because you know what I know? And an enforcer that I know, the enforcers that I seen, they didn't give a fuck who you fucking was. And most enforcers back then went against other enforcers. Thank you. You definitely ain't no Kenyon Martin. I don't care you got the rings or not. We talk about enforcers for real. You is not an enforcer for real. I look at you, and like many others look at you, as somebody that is a dirty player and kick people in the nuts. You don't see no highlight reel on YouTube of Draymond Green scoring baskets, assists, and none of that shit. You see majority of him doing dirty shit. That's not an enforcer. You definitely couldn't fuck with. I already said the Davis boys, Antonio Davis and Dale Davis. Man, please. You ain't built like that, man. I already mentioned the bad boy Pistons. I'm doing stuff. Let me see. Rick Mahorn. You definitely ain't fucking with Rick Mahorn. You definitely ain't punking Charles Barkley, even though everybody thinks that you had a better career than Charles Barkley. Just because you got them championships from Stephen Curry's back. Same way like Stephen Curry's back and Klay Thompson's back. You're not even a forcer than Bill and Beer. You definitely couldn't talk shit to Larry Joe Bird. All them old school players, man. You think you could punk Maurice Cheeks? Come on, man. Let's get this dude out of here, man. You fucking up that whole franchise for being selfish, acting like a person that you're not. And it's detrimental to the team. You did too many you already did too many ways of it already. When you sat there and did the shit to KD, that's one. Then you sat there and Safari punched Jordan Poole, that was two. And then the third time was the year that actually the first one when Stephen Curry was out with that wrist injury, and you got kicked out so many goddamn suspended every goddamn game, you just didn't want to play. And what Rudy Gobert said, even though he did get choked out by your ass, was very true what he said. If Steph ain't on the court, you ain't nowhere to be found. You're going to find some stupid way to get your ass kicked out the game. I already said that. Yeah, I already mentioned that earlier. He didn't slap Tristan Thompson during the NBA Finals in the club in front of Jay Reed from Akron. And you did nothing. Not a thing. And then somebody and then this lady gonna come in here and tell me, oh man, you can't take it away from me, man. No, you can't take it away from me. You can't. It's just like y'all can't take it away from all the players in the past that really put in that work. That y'all want to sit there and act like these players are so much better than. Because I could play the game just how y'all play it. Everybody know you got your ass slapped by Tristan Thompson. Everybody knows that. And come to think about it, you signed with Clutch just because that shit won't go out, huh? I was thinking about this shit. You know what, Mike, man? I was just thinking about that too. It's funny how you signed with Clutch and Tristan tried to downplay the incident and shit. Yeah, I know. You ain't no enforcer like that, man. You was a fake ass enforcer. And I don't. Of course, everybody has fans and shit like that. I ain't taking that away from you, man. You're a 4-time champion, yada yada yada. But shit, there's a main reason because of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. You just went on for the ride. That's how I see you. Since they want to shit on everybody else in the past. Come on, man. This dude is not no tough guy, man. Like, cut this shit out, man. You ain't built like that, Draymond. I know what real enforcers was. They was about that life. You is not about that life. Not that real enforcer NBA life. No, you not. You pick on people that know they ain't gonna fuck with you back. But when the niggas on your level, you was so quick to sign with Clutch, but you didn't want him slapping your ass in the club and shit during the NBA Finals. After Jay Reed from Akron rubbed his Game 5 $1 million body nutsack on your forehead. There's too many instances. Why you didn't go out with? Thank you, Jacory. I was just, man. Iron sharp as iron. I was just thinking about trying to think of the player from the Pistons. You didn't check Isaiah Stewart like that. I know everybody was on Isaiah Stewart. You sure didn't try to fuck with Boogie. Man, cut this shit out, man. It's just too many ways of instances when a nigga was about that shit with you. You folded like a pancake. I don't see how the Warriors still got your ass on there anyway. You're already selling out your teammate. Saying dumbass shit. Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. You didn't do name of Bradley Beal toss your ass out of bounds, huh? I remember that. You know, we can do this all day long with you. When you have a motherfucker that was coming at you, you didn't do a goddamn thing. But you want to safari punch Jordan Poole. Yeah, he did, Atlantean. Hey, he did, Atlantean. Hey, I've been saying, I said this in the beginning of the video. I said this in the beginning. I don't feel sorry for Rudy Gobert. Because Rudy Gobert had this shit coming to him from that year of COVID, kicking and coughing all around, wiping down all the shit in doing the interview, and you know what I'm saying? Then it ended up affecting your teammate. Hey, he tried to be Vin Raines, huh? You tried to be Vin Raines, huh? we were choking up Jody. Man, this shit's funny, man. Let me drop the link for y'all, man. Gotta wait till the homies come in. Shout out to Conklin for coming in, man. Like, come on, man. This dude is not built like that, man. He's not, man. He's a fake ass tough guy. That's just what he is. He's just a fake ass tough guy. He a fake ass tough guy. My boy Lannion, what's happening?
What it do, man?
What it do, homie? Hey, man, what you feel about last?
Man, this shit hilarious, man.
Man, I watched that shit 10 times, Lannion. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was on the floor laughing. I was in tears. Because I got done watching the college game, watching Kansas play last night, and then I was like, man, let me just, see how the Warriors did, because they play locally on Hulu. And I sat there and watched that, and I seen that shit. I was like, let me guess, Steph Curry ain't playing? Yeah, here we go again.
Yeah, man. That remind me of some old school basketball type shit there, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, that did run. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Draymond. I will give you credit for that one. That remind me of the old school '80s and '90s kind of shit right there, bro. Like that,
Yeah.
that did right there. That nigga
Yeah.
choked the shit out of that nigga, man. I was
Yeah,
like, oh.
man, that boy Rudy thought he was a goner, man. I seen the look on his face. He didn't know what was going on, but
Hey, but you see what happened? None of his teammates came. When Anthony, Carl Anthony Towns was standing there the whole fucking time. He wanted to get involved when Ant-Man say something. Man, that's some whole ass shit.
for real.
On some real grown men shit, nigga. If I was, you know how, we from the South. You know how the Southern people is, man. You can be like, man, why, nigga, we fighting, nigga.
For real. They was supposed
Like,
to tear that up.
like you. I don't care if we win or lose, because that's how we is now. That's how we was raised. A man always respect you if you what? If you stand up to him and fight him, even if you beat your ass. It's
Yeah,
that
they was,
respect, mutual factor. Like, man, they'll tell any nigga, yeah, man, don't fuck with him, man. Like, even if he'll fight you. He fought me. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, dudes get their ass. I know, because I said the story numerous times. Like, I've been out here on the West Coast, and my homies in Tacoma. Shout out to the homies in Tacoma. I never seen so many people, young people, get their ass kicked by a grown man and everything. They come back and shoot them and kill them afterwards. That's some of the whole ass shit right there. Take your lick as a man, bro. Like, take your lick. But they always have somebody in their ear, man. Don't do it. And then, yeah, it's the shit still going on in Tacoma today. I just heard something that happened this morning. That's why I got online. It was just like to get my mind on shit, man. Because I've been losing too many people that's been dear to me, man. You know what I'm saying? This right here was just stupid shit. You know.
yeah.
This dude just thought he was young, man. He was grown. He was a grown man. And everything was messing with my boy's son and shit. And the boy's son just got tired of him fucking with him. He was like, man, let's just knuckle up, man to man. You know what I'm saying? He beat the living shit out of that nigga, man. And then the dude came back around and killed him 2 hours later. You know, that's some whole ass shit, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't understand dudes that do that. But anyway, let's get back to Rudy Gobert.
Yeah,
Rudy
man.
Gobert, like, Rudy Gobert, hey, you know how a 3000. He had him choked in like he was about to baptize him in the water.
For real. For real,
Oh
man.
man.
But yeah, man, yeah, Clay and Jaden McDaniels, they had a nice little scuffle, and Jaden got him a few little shots in on Clay and shit.
Mm-hmm. Jaden McDaniels with that shit, yeah. I remember watching him in high school. He ain't no punk, man. You can just, you can just tell grown men can look at another grown man can tell, man, don't fuck with that nigga, man. Like for real, like, yeah. And then this is the thing though, with the referees though. I know you sensed this too when you was watching it. You could see the tension coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How the game was being played and everything like that. And I was saying to myself, I mean, somebody gonna fight in this motherfucker.
Well, they say Clay was talking shit all at the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know what it was. I ain't watched the game, so I don't really know what happened. But I seen that highlight though.
How you feel about what's going on in the games from yesterday, man? I watched a couple of them. I ain't watch all of them. There's only certain. I'm watching like 17 this year. The 7. I don't like the number 6. I went to 15. I'm watching Golden State. I'm watching of course I gotta watch the Lakers, and then I'm watching New Orleans, and then in Sacramento, and then 4 in the East I'm watching. Actually, it's 8 that I'm watching. I'm watching Philly. I'm not watching Boston because Boston got to show me. They got to get it done.
Man, I like the Boston got, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They got everything they need. No excuses for Boston.
Yeah, I don't want them to win another championship. I'm just saying, because I'm a Laker fan, but
Yeah,
not a JB fan. I just got to clarify that.
yeah. But yeah, I've been watching. Last night I watched the Clippers, and
Mhm.
it was so hard to watch. I couldn't really even just sit down and just pay attention to them, man. They couldn't keep my attention for some reason. I just don't like how that team put together. It's too many guards. Salou putting four guards plus Kawhi out there, which Kawhi barely, he a wing, he a small forward. So,
Mhm.
like, why you putting all these small guys out here and you got Zubac sitting on the bench? It don't make no sense. Joker killing you on the board.
Joker was
Like,
killing them.
Joker had like 20 boards on the niggas, man.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that mix of personnel they got over there at all, bro. I don't know why they went and got Harden. Why you ain't need another guard? You got Russ, PG, Norm, Bones
James,
Highland, Chance
James,
Man,
yeah,
and
yeah,
James Harden.
and
Man, you
James
can't
Harden.
play
That's
all
fine.
these guards, bro.
Nah,
You can't.
it's just it's I just
That's
got I
stupid.
don't talk about the Clippers, man. I let Showtime and C Hill and all that, And shout out to my boy Greenleaf. And, I don't talk about his Rockets either. I let him do that because he do the Rocket shit. And certain homies, man, that got platforms. I don't even talk about their teams. I don't even like to talk about my own team because I already know how I feel about them. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they just been a topic of discussion lately, the Clippers. So, everybody
mhm.
else talking about it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with talking about, we talking about NBA, man. We talking about the whole NBA, man. If you got a team and your channel dedicated to that team, that's fine. But everybody else gonna talk about the whole NBA. So I don't see no problem with that, bro. Know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
what you feel about them Pacers though? Hey Ant, man, you should be talking major shit, man, but your ass missing in action, man. Old sign wave ass nigga.
Yeah, Halliburton balling over there, man.
Hey, he's one of the best young. I said it. I said it yesterday. He's one of the best young point guards in the league. I ain't talking about niggas that. I'm talking about the future kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause all the great players and like Steph and all of them and LeBron and all them, man, they getting old, bro. They should have been pumping up these young players, man, for years, man. That's what to me how the NBA went downhill, man. Like for real. They pumping and
Yeah.
priming Euro league players, European players in the NBA. I'm like, dang, like I never seen it like so much heavy right now. But look, who you think is dominating the NBA right now? European players or American players?
European players dominating right now, bro.
I agree with you on that.
You got Giannis, Embiid, Jokic,
Mm-hmm.
Doncic, Luka.
Luca, yeah, Luca
I
cold, man.
mean,
If Luca can hit that 3 ball consistent like he's been doing right now, oh my lord.
that's four of the top 10 players right there. But yeah, man, I like what the Pacers trying to do over there. I think there was a good even trade between the Pacers and the Sacramento Kings. They both got somebody that can help their team.
True,
And
true. I agree with that.
yeah, I like what the Sixers doing
Halliburton,
over there too. I like what Maxi doing. I like how he playing.
I been told you Max need to have the keys, man. I've been said that. I said Max need to get the ball more. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what James Harden is doing. I just don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know
Me
what.
either, man. I don't know what he trying to do, bro. He came out and said he out of shape and this and that, but like, I've been telling folks he been out of shape. They knew that they was getting a player that hadn't played no games, hadn't went through no training camp. Why would you trade for a player that you know he don't really take care of his body like this? So you know he's gonna
That's
be out of
fact.
shape. But I don't understand that trade. And then I heard Stephen A. come out and say Harden would have fit the Lakers better than the Clippers. But I've been feel like that because I feel like Harden need a big man that he can run pick and roll with, and Zubac can't catch. And I knew Zubac wasn't gonna be able to catch his passes. I knew that, but I don't know,
Even if
man.
he
It's
plays
still,
for the Lakers, it'll be a monster dive. He can thrive, but then again, and then with Anthony Davis, you don't know what you're gonna get out of AD. I know LeBron's playing all these games and everything like that too, but LeBron gonna be missing some games. Gonna be missing some. I mean,
yeah,
be missing a lot of games.
he
Um,
is.
so I just don't. I don't see the Lakers doing anything, bro. That's just I said that, and then, when I say
Yeah.
something, people get mad at me, but I've been honest, man. Dude, if he didn't get, let's just keep it real, man. Last year, man, for them, and then for the media to be hyping him up, dude, they still got swept, man. When I see them play against the Nuggets, they look like they didn't deserve to be on the court with them, bro, in the Western Conference Finals.
Well,
I'm
these last couple games, they've been playing good basketball. Actually,
yeah, they
they've been
playing better.
getting production from a lot of different people on their roster, and that's what they're gonna need. They're
Yeah, they
gonna
can't
need
do
people
it.
like they're gonna
Yeah,
need Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura to give you 15 points a game at least, and
yeah,
uh, and a couple other them players gonna have to play well too, like D'Lo. D'Lo, you gonna need 17, 18 a game from D'Lo. They got to get it from a bunch of different players because they only got Bron and AD, and AD might be hurt, and Bron can't expect him to come out there and play like a top 10 player through a whole 82 game season at 39 years old, bro. Can't.
I mean, hey, I'm like I said this beginning of the season. They don't need to trade nobody. They don't need to trade. They need to. I want to see LeBron really figure this shit out because y'all traded for these players, and then they said that they was better. That they look so much better without Russell Westbrook and all that other stuff. Okay, I know it's a slow start. I know you ain't got all the pieces yet and everything like that. I know you ain't got. You know, every team is dealing with injuries. You know what I'm saying? But y'all still got to get it done. You the Lakers, man. That's how I look at the Lakers, man. Like I don't make all these excuses like they try to do for LeBron all the damn time. That shit is just baffled me all the time. Because anybody else wore that purple and gold, y'all gave them that smoke. Y'all don't get the same smoke equally. That's why I be on a helmet. Yeah, I think Austin Reeves is better off the bench. I think so too. D'Lo needs to start. I agree with that. Now, the Lakers have been playing better, but like I said, I don't see them making no major noise this year, man. Unless Alex
Nah, not no major noise. Unless
unless
they
really
unless they make a trade and they get another. They try to bring in another star, and that probably ain't gonna work either. But
especially if they do trade for a star, they need the ball in the hands. That's conflict everything because LeBron basically have the ball in his hands all the time. I know lately, this is one thing like that confused me about the Lakers. Like the way they played the last couple of nights, they ain't gonna play like that all the time. You think LeBron really gonna do that? I don't think so. I think his ego. I think he got too big of an ego. I seen him shoot teams out in a lot of games. Granted, I know he's probably more reliable than Anthony Davis, but at the same time, LeBron, you chose Anthony Davis.
see, they better when Bron only scored like 15, 20 points, and everybody else contribute, bro. And
I
if he
don't
gonna
care where
average,
Zach Levine goes. Wherever Zach Levine goes, to me, he's not that player that moves the needle because he don't like to play defense. You know what I'm
nah,
saying?
he's not a superstar. He's not a star.
I don't consider him as a superstar in this league. I
No, he
don't.
not.
I
He
like Zach
definitely
Levine.
not a
I think Zach
superstar. He's
Levine is
not even a star.
underachieving.
Yeah, he's not a star.
I mean, I watched him in high school and shit like that, and I was just like, man, and then I watched him at UCLA. I was like, okay, and then I was just like, he should be way more defensively, bro. You are too good of a player not to play defense, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Pacers been surprising me so far. But I already said this year that the Pacers gonna because look at how Obi Toppin is. That gets back to the point where they like to shit on Kobe about. When you have a coach like like Tibbs that don't like playing rookie players and shit like that, and then boom, go to another team, he's balling. You see what I'm saying? Like it just happened. You do got coaches that do hold players back, and Tibbs definitely held him back. He fits good what the Patriots is trying to do too. He fits perfectly. I like their squad that Indiana has. I hope they just don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
I know I keep hearing some people from Laker fans say we need to get Miles Turner and all that. Like, dude, like, man, we don't need. No, they need to keep the same people that they got, the same team that they got. Figure it out, get it done.
They trying to put a package together, man. That's why they paid all them dudes in the first place, bro. That's been the plan. It just who they gonna go get? Ain't nobody gonna give you no young superstar, man, for no role players. Ain't nobody gonna do that.
It's gonna be interesting, man, because hey, I said it earlier before I start the season. This team is not gonna be together by All-Star break because since LeBron been there, other than the first year when he got on the podium and sat there and said that he can't win with these players on his team. You know how much this with Brent, you remember that, Atlantean? A lot of people forget about that shit. LeBron really said that. And then they always want to talk about. I've been seeing videos how Lou Williams was talking about how Kobe was to the young players and everything like that. Well, all the superstars did it. You know what I'm saying? LeBron just get on there on the podium and say he just can't win with these players. And it just they pick and choose who they want. That's cool to do that too. So that's how I always look at it. But there's nothing that the Lakers can do that's going to improve that team. Because if you're still dependent on LeBron, I know LeBron is not going to let his ego go of everything like that. The Lakers ain't doing nothing. And I think his tenure as a Laker is a failure. I've been said that. The Laker greats get you at least 2 or 3.
Yeah, he missed the playoffs 2 times, man.
Yeah, I think that's
no excuse for that. I ain't no excuse for that.
I mean, I'm just sorry. I
call how you in the GOAT conversation and you missing playoffs? You know what I'm saying?
But when Kobe was doing it, you know what I'm saying, and didn't even have nowhere near the help that he did. And then by the time, and it's like I tell people, man, that's just the way it was back then, man. Like, you just can't trade everybody like you can right now. LeBron is the only superstar I've seen can get two different rosters in the same year, more than once.
That's what they depended on. They depended on him to be able to get the league to give him a superstar for these role players they got, man. That's what they hoping.
They hoping in that, but it's just sad, bro. It's just sad, bro. Like,
I didn't heard him say names from Jimmy Butler to Donovan Mitchell to Darius Garland. Man, these niggas want everybody, man. DeMar DeRozan, they got their eye on everybody.
I don't understand why. And this is the thing. I ain't never been one of them Laker people on YouTube said this and said trade any motherfucking body. I told y'all how the Lakers was going to be when they got LeBron. If LeBron is going to come to LA, like I said, like he was going to do, trade the future and all this other stuff, and every year you trade motherfuckers, he been doing that shit ever since he got there, except the first year. So, hey, they give him all the power and everything like that. You got to live with that stuff, man. So, I don't understand. Like, and then he always gets the pass for it. You know what I'm saying? While everybody else gets the smoke. That's why I'm very critical of him, because I ain't never seen a superstar that don't get no blame. He's the only superstar I've seen that they blame role players.
Yeah, man, that shit crazy. What if
that joke is crazy?
What if Steph Curry decide he want to go play with Wembanyama and go win 2 more chips, and now he got 6 rings and Bron got 4? What they gonna say then? What would they say? Oh, Steph had to move around. Bron did the shit in the first place. He been moving around his whole career. So ain't nothing they really could say.
And Lanny, you know, we old school doing this on YouTube on Ticket Channel for years. You remember me saying something like this? How really good is LeBron really is if he never won it? The majority of his championships has been a super team. 3 of your championships has been super teams. So how good are you really are?
Right.
How good is you really are? Nobody still can't answer me that question. And then they always talk. And then what I don't understand is Atlanta is just like how they do the players in the past. Well, Shaq had Kobe. Well, Kobe had Shaq. But everybody know if you watch them in last time, Shaq and Kobe was 1A or 1B. Of course, Shaq won Finals MVP. He had the worst matchup. Nobody was checking him. The best one he went against was Hakeem Olajuwon. You see what Hakeem did to him. And then when they had my boy Rick Smits, he was a decent center. But Rick Smits, he was a decent center, but he wasn't no Hakeem Olajuwon. Of course, Shaq won the Finals MVP. And this is one thing I don't understand about how they be doing these arguments too, Atlanta. These people be cracking me up. Finals MVPs carry more weight than anything. And then I'm like, how? If Kobe was so much selfish, you think he would have went for them MVPs? No, man. Shaq even. And another thing I understand, you can look the video up when him and Shaq and Kobe had a one-on-one. I remember it was on TNT. You remember that? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Look it up. You can look it up on YouTube. Him and Shaq had an interview. And
Kobe, yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
And Kobe and one thing Shaq told him, he was like, I know everybody could see you as a Robin. I already know you wasn't. To look at the regular season and all that, even playoffs, y'all people don't y'all one thing I don't understand is those shitting on players that really put in that work. That would piss me off. You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes that really put in that work. Nobody lived in that gym more than that nigga did. He told Allen Iverson even said, man, he dropped me out to the club. I asked Cole, man, you going to the club? He's like, no, I'm going to the gym. He's like, all right, see you tomorrow. You know, I just don't like the game where it is now. It's all
had that mentality, man. He was just a winner. He wanted to win. He wanted to be the best. He wanted to be better than everybody else, man. And that's just how you supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be, right? It ain't supposed to be no favoritism and everything like that and all this other stuff and some players get smoke and other players get absolved from smoke and all this other stuff. Nah, man, y'all need to give that shit equally. That's what's wrong with the game now.
I don't like how these players in this era, the LeBrons and the KDs, I don't like how they need to be front runners. They need to have the best team to have the confidence to go out there and be great. They need the best players around them. I ain't never seen none of them take a team with less talent and do nothing special with them. You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't like this shit. I feel like that team Kobe had with Paul Gasol, bro. Man, Paul Gasol wasn't no superstar or no star, bro. I mean, that was just a role player with Kobe, bro. And that was his second best. That was his second option.
And you know how they like to do Kobe. He played with Ron Artest. He played with dude. Look at all the people
role players
they with compared to Kobe Bryant. That shit ain't even close.
Them was role players. He raised them guys' level of play, all of them.
And Lamar Odom, and look at everybody that was on that championship team. Only one that lasts. Everybody else was out the league except Paul Gasol. You see how they did Lamar Odom? We
already know Lamar. He had issues with his substance abuse, and Kobe got what he got out of him. And I mean, you can't deny Kobe. I don't have him personally. I don't have him in my top 5, but I got the utmost respect for Kobe Bryant, though. From what I seen, he was just the best player in that era, bro.
I don't get into, you know me, I don't get into ranking players and shit like that. You know, I never got into that shit.
Yeah, it's hard to rank players, man.
It's just hard. It's just hard because I was taught by people back in the day, was like, it's hard for you to rank players because everybody played in different set of rules, different circumstances, all of that. But we was also taught back in the day to respect history, respect those who paid the way for others. Now you do got some players in this era that pay homage, but they don't get that notoriety and that publicity. You know what I'm saying? And then nowadays, if you say a certain name, like I've been seeing certain interviews with Kevin Love, players that play with LeBron, who they say is a better, who's on the top list and everything like that. Even how they did the girls basketball. First week of the girls game, they was asking all the girls, they top 5 players that's in the Hall of Fame. Everybody on there said Kobe Bryant except Fly J. Fly J had Dwayne Wade in there. You see what I'm saying? And another one thing, Atlanta, I don't understand. How can a person be the second thing to Michael Jordan and get so shitted on? Wait, remember he used to get shit on even though he was winning. You was living in them times. I remember those days. They were still, who team is it? Media driven. Media broke that team up. Even Shaq came out and said the mistakes that he made. Kobe even came out and made his mistakes. Shaq was a likable person. The media didn't like Kobe Bryant because they thought he was want to be a Michael Jordan. They just keep it real. That's how it was at that time. Even when he was winning, they were still taking shots at Kobe Bryant. Kobe made them motherfuckers talk about him again. He made them. They didn't have no choice. While they was pumping up LeBron didn't even get to no championships at that time.
Yeah, I come from that 80s era, so the reason why Kobe wouldn't be in my top 5 because I have Magic in there, but
Kobe, it's just different opinions, man. Like I just don't like you respect. Like everybody I know people that can't stand Kobe Bryant, but they literally say this: if he's not a top 10 player, then what the hell is he then?
Right.
It's like Ron Johnson. You know, shout out to my boy Quentin Richardson, because Quentin Richardson said the same thing. Like, if we gonna be talking about basketball and Kobe Bryant is nowhere near there, I can't talk basketball with you.
Right. You know, I wasn't a Jordan or a Kobe fan, but you know, they two of the greatest players you're gonna ever see, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
My favorite players growing up was I used to love Magic, and then when I see Magic was getting out of that. I didn't like Mike growing up, but I respected him. I didn't like Larry Joe Bird, but I knew Bird was a bad dude. I just learned, because we were just taught that, man. You know what I'm saying, to respect them. They made you respect them anyway, because of how they played the game. You know what I'm saying? Bird, a lot of people like this taking, and then they like to take dumps on Larry Bird, man. I'm telling you, man, Larry Bird I still take Larry Bird over LeBron. I'm just sorry, I will. I've been saying that. Bird was
prime Larry Bird was a killer, man. Clutch.
He had no weaknesses in his game, none. He could play.
I didn't like him at all, but
I didn't like him either. But he was cold though. When Bird, I remember that team. Rest in peace with Reggie Lewis. When it was him at the end of his career, when he had Reggie Lewis, and Reggie Lewis was cold, man. Rest in peace to him, man. But Boston has some dogs too now. They have some dogs, and like I've been trying to tell people, every team has some dogs in their franchises. These players in this era, they get praised a whole lot better than the players that was before them. It's okay because they live in the now. But
back in the era where we had basketball cars and shit.
Yeah, when it was actually NBA rivalries. There's no rivalries now.
That's why I'm good at fantasy basketball right now, because having them cards and memorizing stats and just knowing people's stats, knowing what people capable of doing, that's all fantasy is. That's all it is, bro.
We was just talking about that yesterday. We used to get all the magazines. You remember back in the day how Sports Illustrated used to do the NBA preview, and they used to talk about all the teams in the NBA, every single one of them. They don't do that shit no more.
Yeah. It's all on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Everything on the internet. which you got access to everything now. So
Hmm.
it's
And then
different.
you just have to go and look at it. You have to go. Yeah, man. I just remember all the days of because everywhere we lived at, we had cable. I was just blessed. My dad was always. I was always blessed to have cable. I never, I never,
Mm.
I never lived in the time that had no lights off.
You know, we
Trust
had
me.
them
You
like
know.
probably like early 90, like
Mhm.
90, 91. We had them big ass satellites. Motherfuckers would never realize how big them satellites was outside the house, but them hoes huge.
Yeah, I remember. I remember how those satellites was, and when I got grown, and cause you remember, you used to get the satellite. You can still get you still get CBS. You can still get NBC. You can still
Yeah.
get ABC, and then they had UPN. That was a Black Folks Network back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So you still was able to watch the NBA Finals. You
And
know what I'm
then
saying?
before that, in the 80s, we had the goddamn that antenna, that
Yep.
big ass antenna outside. You had to go outside and turn it in the direction.
Hmm.
It shit was crazy, bro. It
Yep.
was crazy. This
Yep.
generation will never understand that type of shit.
Mm-mm. They already think this stuff right here is better than what we had. Man, we grew up in the time where they started putting it out towards the people, those small things at a time. We seen all the game systems and shit.
It depends how you look at it, man. I mean, all this information, internet, all that's
Mm-hmm.
distracting
It
you
is.
from the things you really need to be focused on. Be honest with you,
Ain't that the truth?
it's a big ass distraction, bro. But yeah, man. I like how the season has started. I think a lot of people overreacting to what's going on early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Usually early in the season is when the young teams they get these wins early in the season, and then later in the season they might stop playing as hard and try to get their draft position right or whatever. But you can't really judge nothing out the first 10 games of the season, bro.
Nah, I wait till like after All Star break. Then you know what I'm saying. After All Star break, then I really start to figure out who is who.
Yeah,
You know, I do like what I'm seeing from Sacramento this year. I feel like OKC is going to be in the mix. Um,
yeah, they got a good team, man.
in New Orleans, I want to see Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, and Zion be in the playoffs together at the same time. I never seen that yet.
Yeah,
And then,
when CJ coming back? He got a collapsed lung, so he might be out for a minute.
yeah, shout out to CJ, man. But get well, man. But I just want to see that mixed together, man, because Zion's playing though. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna see, man. Like that, like you said, it's just hard to judge. Hey, did you? I watched that game when they played against the Pelicans. No, when the Pelicans played the Dallas Mavericks at home.
Yeah,
Kyrie, man, that boy. I know Jordan Hawkins was like, man, this is your welcome, your NBA moment. You had to guard Kyrie Irving.
yeah. Jordan Hawkins playing kind of well though. Actually, he playing well.
Oh yeah, he got skills. UConn Huskies, man. Shout out to Jordan Hawkins, man. I like him as a player. He fits. He fits what they trying to do.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like he'll learn more from. Well, now he's gonna have to learn. You know what I'm saying? I know CJ's still gonna be in his ear. I know CJ is one of them old school players in his era that's showing the ropes. You know what I'm saying? How to be a professional, how to come at things, because that's what's missing. Shout out to Jamal Crawford too, man. 'Cause that's what. Hey, it's amazing. You know that man scored 51 points at 38 years old, and that and then he can't even get in the league. Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah. I always say, man.
They pick and choose who they want.
It's like my boy Kawhi, man. He can't score 50, man. That's what I tell people, bro.
You
Everybody
see,
ain't got that motor. I mean, he
you
talented. He
always
got
did
all the
say,
talent in the
I
world,
know.
but
You
sometimes they
always,
just don't have that motor, bro.
You did say that. I remember you used to say that for years, man. They used to get the boys used to get heated at you when you used to say that shit.
Yeah, he can't score. He ain't got that motor. He ain't got no motor like that. Or he ain't got no one-on-one game like that either. But they don't always contribute to wins playing one-on-one basketball anyway. So it's not a big
Right.
deal. But he can't score 50. He can't do it. Yeah. Oh, bro. What you think Phoenix gonna look like healthy?
I still don't see it because how in the hell you not playing Bobo and how in the hell you not playing Azubuike? I don't understand these players like in this era, because a lot of people don't know who Azubuike is. Yeah, he did went to Kansas. I'm not validating that he went to Kansas. Yeah, he did went to Kansas. I watched him when he was at Kansas. I watched his development. And then I remember how he was stuck on the Utah Jazz and Rudy Gobert was hurt and he played well during the time Rudy Gobert was out. And then, when Rudy come back, he back on the bench. And then, I don't understand how you sign players that, to two-way contracts and then you don't even play them, dude.
Yeah.
I don't get that. Like what? And then I could see it now that if Nurkic end up getting hurt somehow, I'm not wishing anything on somebody. I never do that. But he does have a player that gets hurt. You know what I mean? So what you gonna do then? You're gonna be forced to what? Throw them in there. You see what I'm saying? It's instead of them just working with the team, with your three best players, Rufio Booker, KD, and Bradley Beal. But still, it gonna comes down to defensively. The defense win championships, and I'm not big on Phoenix like a lot of people is. I did have them as the top team, one of the top teams, one with the Denver. I got Denver Nuggets. I had Denver Nuggets at one. And I think I had Phoenix like the third or the fourth team. This was doing when I was doing my little preseason thing. But I don't see it working in the playoffs though. I don't see it because you gonna need some grabs, some rebounds. And then let's just say you play Denver Nuggets. You're gonna need some bodies to throw at Jokic.
Right.
Nurkic only can do so much. Yeah, Nurkic is a good defender to a certain extent, but you need to learn how to use these other pieces. So, and then I'm just gonna be honest with you. Every Frank Vogel team I know have more than one defensive player on their team. Who their best defensive player on their team is?
Man, Josh Okogie.
He's like the only one, right?
Yep.
Well, you need more than that, to me.
Yeah, they gonna need more than that. I don't know why they won't give Bobo no time, man. Nobody won't give that man an opportunity. I don't know if it's some with his work ethic or attitude or what it is, but nobody want to give him no time. I think he got talent, but
it's all about. I think it's more like all of. Because then again, we used to hear remember interviews Ticket had with certain players, how they had all these kind of skills and stuff like that, but the team be like, nope, you ain't gonna do that. I didn't pay you to do that. I look at it like that, and I also look at it that's why everybody's on Victor Wembanyama, like we never seen anybody like that. So yeah, we have. You know what I'm saying? We have seen it, but it's about who they want to promote. They don't want, I just feel like Bobo can help him, man, because you don't know what a player is unless you constantly play him. And then, that's why I don't understand how people be judging these players. Oh, he's a scrub. Like, dude, like, he got to get some minutes, some consistency, something. Azubuike's not even playing.
I would like to see Bobo next to KD.
Man, that would be crazy.
And then with Nurkic too.
Yeah, have a big lineup.
Yeah.
When you go against Victor Wembanyama, when they go against him, use Bobo. Like, god dang.
Right. Try to use him as a help defender, get some blocks or something, man. Use that length.
I remember watching him in high school, bro. He went to high school in Kansas. Um, and I watched him when he was at U of O. You know what I'm saying? I felt like U of O didn't you know, he played, but not like that. And then just translated to the NBA like the same way. You know, it's just unfortunate, man, that you know that it's like that. You know, but shit, he had more playing time. He was in high school than he did when he was in college and in the NBA, and that's a shame, bro. I'm just
Yeah, it gotta be something more to it. I don't know what it is, man. Maybe it's the attitude, work ethic, man.
Yeah. We never know, bro. Only way we'll know if we ask him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way. You know, the media ain't gonna tell us the truth anyway.
Yeah.
Well, what other teams? Let me check out the Spanish. Hey, you been watching the Houston University of Houston? You been watching them this year?
Nah, I ain't caught him this year. I see Sasser playing kind of well in Detroit, but I ain't been watching the Cougars. What they look like?
Hey, they're gonna be nice, bro. They ranked in the top 10.
Oh, okay.
You know, Houston, yeah, Houston. No, Houston is in the Big 12. You know, so this their first year in the Big 12. The next year, Arizona's gonna be in the Big 12. Colorado's gonna be back in the Big 12. I forgot the other two teams. Then the Big 12 will be back to 12 teams again. I know they got UCF in there. They got Cincinnati in there, Houston, and BYU. And then next year is going to be Arizona and Colorado. It's going to be coming there next year after that. So the Big 12. And college basketball has already started off great, man. The girls, man, they getting down. The men, they getting down too. These freshmen are balling.
I saw Colorado beat LSU.
Oh, man, yeah. They run that Princeton offense, man. Colorado girls is off that. If you watched the college game last year, they went on a run last year. You know, and they still got the court. They got everybody back from that team. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, UConn looked nice. UConn, I know they lost the other day, but it's gonna take them a while to get back into it. Don Staley team, South Carolina.
Yeah.
All they do is reload. Notre Dame gonna be better though too once they get their other point guard back. They already got a bad freshman already who had 12 steals in the game. Hidalgo. Once they get old girl back with her, Brianna Miles. Once they get her back, Notre Dame gonna be in the mix. Stanford is cold, man. Stanford got a good squad. Utah, they lost last night though, but Utah got a good squad. LSU got a squad too, but they just got to figure out. A girl last night scored 42 points. She's from Louisiana. My boy was telling me that she's one of the coldest players that he's seen that came out of LSU, out of state of Louisiana since Simone Augustus.
Yeah.
Yeah, Williams. Her name is Williams. She cold, bro. She had 42 last night, bro. She cold. And then that girl Juju Watkins, she cold too. That freshman, South Carolina got all these teams got bad freshmen. Stanford got some cold ones. UCLA got some cold ones. Basically, everybody got cold ones now, man. You know, everybody. It's more parity in college than it is in the NBA, in my opinion.
Who the top players on the men's side?
It's mostly Zach Edey he from Purdue. Oh boy from Michigan, Hunter Dickinson. He transferred to Kansas. Who else? It's mostly big dudes though.
Who was that white dude I've been hearing about? I forgot his name. I think he played Duke.
Oh, you talking about Filipowski for Duke?
Nah, it ain't Filipowski. It's another dude. Damn, I can't think of his name. Supposed to be the number one pick. Uh,
He a white boy?
yeah,
Oh, you talking about Flag? You talking about that
yeah,
dude?
Cooper Flag, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to Duke next year.
Oh, so he's still in high school?
Yeah, this is his senior year.
Oh, okay.
That's why Filipowski's still there.
Okay, yeah.
I think this is Filipowski last year. It is going to be Kentucky going to be good this year too, though. They played Kansas last night. DJ Wagner, and they got some cold freshers on their squad too. You know, Kentucky got the number one recruited class, and then Duke was number two. Duke got a lot of them too. That one dude, what's his name? Oh my God, he played against Bronny James in high school. He's on that spin. He's on that team too.
Bronny got back on the court, yeah?
No, USC lost last night. They lost last night. USC is cold. USC team is nice. They was cold even before they signed Bronny James. Cause they still got Boogie Ellis, and then they got they got what you call the brother played for them. He played for the Hawks. His brother played for USC. Then they got Dennis Rodman's son. He played for USC. The USC cold, man. Yeah, they got upset last night, but they got USC got the number one freshman and the number one women player rated in their class. USC gonna be good this year, man. They're gonna be cold. That's what I love about college. Seeing how the team starts early in the year, and then they always hit that slump. And I already know the good teams. They just know when to turn it on. You know what I mean? But hey, college basketball will be lit this year, man. I'm more interested in college, honestly, than the NBA. Yeah, I don't take the NBA seriously until after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
And I've always been like that because even though back then too, this is another reason why the NBA don't keep me in tune like it was in the 80s and the early 2000s, especially from 2000 to 2010. That's what I understand when they say that LeBron played against a tougher era. I disagree with that because I could sit there and say, look how the West when Kobe played from 2000 all the way to 2010. 99, 2000, all the way to 09 and 2010 season in the West. Just because you have 50 wins didn't guarantee you was gonna make the playoffs. And the East always had one team that had a losing record that made the playoffs during that spin. Always. Yeah. As in the West, everybody had 50 wins. So every team you win against had 50 wins in the playoffs. That right there, what you call competition. Your first round opponent had 50 wins. Not your first round opponent having a losing record.
Yeah, these teams don't really care about the regular season like that, man.
You know what? It's like what Jamal Crawford said this earlier on. Shout out to Jamal Crawford crossover, man. He said this on Cam show. It is what it is. With him and Mace. He said, look how the NBA is. They want you to score, and then when it comes to the playoffs, now we got to play 90 styles defense. Now you got to be smart enough to figure it out.
Yep, exactly.
And have you not been saying that this whole time, Atlanta, trying to tell these people, oh, the playoffs, why ain't caught? Dude, the only time you see real 90s style defenses and all this other stuff, it's only in the playoffs. They just begun to start doing that within what? How many years you think they've been doing that? In the playoffs, the playoffs are always different anyway. But lately, I said the last 2 or 3 years, you starting to see more 90 style defenses and stuff like that.
Well, it's kind of been like this since Houston, since Harden was in Houston. I mean, You
I
just
agree
don't
with
get
that.
them same calls. You don't get them same calls in the playoffs, bro.
Mm-mm. No.
And I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it, man. Yeah, I like it. I like playoffs be a little more competitive, a little more physical.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's how
like
it's
it.
supposed to be.
Yeah. But see, they don't realize that back in like the 90s, the whole season was physical. So, you know what I'm saying? Whole season was defense. Wasn't nobody averaging no more than 95 points a game. Like,
And then if you did score like 130, 140 points, you went in some overtimes to get that shit.
right, man. I, like
How easy it is
Jordan,
to get triple doubles.
like Jordan averaging 30 and the team averaging 97 points a game, something like that.
Right. That's just how it was back then. Hand
Yeah.
check and all that. And then another thing, we've been saying this too. How these players really fit? How good will these players be if you can hand check them?
Oh yeah, it'll be a whole different ball game, bro.
Then you see how good these players really is. Because I grew up in the era where there was this one guy I used to play ball with all the time on post, and he used to tell me I was short and shit. The dude used to hand check me and stuff like that, and he was like youngin'. He's like, you got to learn how to get some moves to get and everything for them, because this is how basketball is being played. Once you figure this out, then you ain't gonna be worried about no hand checking. You know what I'm saying? So once I figured that part out, man, I didn't care what nobody did. He wasn't gonna stop me from doing what I wanted to do.
It's like Jordan. I mean, you could push him a certain way, but he was just gonna keep going that certain way and give you that fall away and finish. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. These players these days, they ain't got the physicality to have no hand check.
Mm-mm.
Like Steph Curry, I mean, you probably could drive Steph any way you want to go. KD can't handle nobody touching him while he shoots. He's gonna throw him all the way off. But I don't like to shit on this era because I mean they great shooters in this era. They way better shooters than our era, bro. And that's just being honest.
Yeah, I'll say this. I don't think these players are better than the players that I've seen. Far as shooting, yeah, because they made the rules for them to actually do that. It's just like you can't pick when you born kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, just
Yeah,
compared to they just shoot they shoot more long ball than our era did. Maybe our
yeah.
era could have shot it
Nowadays
like
now,
that, but
nowadays now is you know what? That's why I don't get mad at Steph Curry. A lot of people say Steph Curry changed the game. I think so in a certain extent, but also everybody wanted. It's just like everybody wants a Michael Jordan, everybody wants a Kobe Bryant, everybody wants a LeBron James, and looking for that next one instead of just letting just come naturally. You see what I'm saying? And the NBA is a copycat league. You know what I'm saying? So everybody want to start playing like the Warriors, but you gotta have personnel to play like the Warriors.
yeah, everybody can't do that, man.
You see what I'm saying? So I give you that. I would say shooters, yeah. Only reason I give you that is because that's just how the game is now. And hey, there's a lot of dudes I know that can shoot that ball that just ain't got a chance or opportunity to, because the NBA, they pick and choose who they want to promote and stuff. That's why I get upset. Like, they didn't let Dwight Howard go out like he should have. I don't care about his personal life, but they should have let him and Melo go out like that. You know what I'm saying? Let the fans, and then when you do players that really pave the way for these other players to be, and Dwight Howard not being a top 75 player is beyond me. And don't get me started about it's about his personal life and all that stuff. Because you got some other players that's sweeter than the sugar tank too that's in that list too. But we ain't gonna go all.
Yeah, the white.
Artist Gilmore should have been in there. How is Artist Gilmore not in the top 75? You see what I'm saying? That's why I don't get into the. I never got into the rankings because ranking players because they doing a disjustice for players who really, really carried a franchise that really took the game seriously. No excuses, no nothing. Them dudes did it in Chuck Taylors and Converse and all that other stuff. And they played through injuries, all that stuff, everything. In the playoffs, everybody was hurt. We knew that, but we knew who was going to win though too. It was the toughest team. Whoever had the best player, they always find a way to win. It's just what it is, man. Yeah, these players can shoot better, but one thing, Atlanta, I will say though, they not built like the players was in the past. They can't last 82 games like them niggas though.
No, they ain't built like them at all. Nah.
I give you the shooting part, but they definitely ain't built like them though. They ain't nowhere near built like them.
And I mean, part of it because they make so much money, man. And you got $300 million. I mean, you got $300 million contracts here. It's gonna be hard to be hungry. You know.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh.
Hey man, let's just thinking about it, man. Who was your favorite fights in history, man?
Favorite fights?
Yeah, NBA fights.
That one with Dr. J when Dr. J was whooping on Bird ass.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. My other favorite ones were Charles Oakley and Xavier McDaniel.
Yeah,
that was a good one. Man, it's just so many of them, man. There's so many fights, man. Like I forgot that fight Maurice Lucas got into. You know, he's in there. Maurice Lucas didn't play no games, bro. That's what I miss about that era. Like, that's why I get on Draymond so much about, like, dude, you're not a enforcer like them dudes was back then, man. To me, you like you a fake enforcer. Everybody think you're a enforcer, but you really that you're not. He ain't an. Look how the. Hey, you think you look at all the man? He just not, bro.
Well, for this era, he is.
Yeah, for his era, but let's just keep it real. For his era, yeah. But back when we was growing up, how everybody had a what? Enforcer. Everybody.
Yeah. But see, if he was in our era, he might be big like Mason or somebody, man. He might be a totally different type of player.
I don't see Draymond like that, man. Anthony Mason and them dudes, man, and the Davis boys and Rasheed Wallace and them boys. He wasn't even born, but he probably was born. I don't know how old Draymond is, but I don't do that, but I don't see it.
I'm just saying, if he was to be a player in the 90s, he would have to be bulky and big.
That's true. He would have to be that.
Or you wouldn't even make the team. You wouldn't be in the NBA if you wasn't big enough. You know.
I'll give you that. But I just don't see him as the all-time great enforcers, man. He wasn't an enforcer like Dennis Rodman was, in my opinion. You know, but out of everybody in this era, he's like the only one. Whereas back then, there was way more niggas that every team had an enforcer, man. Everybody, every single team, from the sorriest team in the league all the way to the good teams, everybody had at least more than one of them on their team. Am I right, Atlanta?
Yeah, everybody had one. I got to give it to Draymond. He do protect Steph and Clay.
He do that. I give him that much, but at the same time, man, you let a lot on the table too, sir. You left a lot on the table for you to sit there and really prove how much of an impact player you was. Because when Stephen Curry had that wrist injury, you was getting kicked out a whole bunch of games, suspended, all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, he not no, he not gonna put up big numbers. He just not gonna do it. He ain't got that kind of game.
What's up, Aries? What's
But
going on?
he has had he had a big impact on that team to me though.
Yeah, he did have an impact. Listen, look, of course he has a big impact. He was on the championship team. I give you that, but I just don't give him that little extra credit like everybody hopping him up talking about he's a Hall of Famer. I don't see it, bro. I don't see
Yeah,
no Hall.
I wouldn't have a problem if they don't put him in the Hall of Fame.
Dude, in
And
that
I
case,
wouldn't
man,
have a
they could have
problem
put
if they do.
everybody else there before him. Then there's a lot of players that we grew up watching that's still not in the Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
all because of politics. I think he's gonna get in there though.
He probably will, but you know, his numbers don't he ain't got Hall of Fame numbers, man. So you basically you putting him in the Hall of Fame based off strictly intangibles. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And his intangibles ain't all that because a lot of times he detrimental to the team with a lot of the dumb shit that he do. So I don't know if he
I
hard.
felt, yeah, I felt like I'm glad you said that. He is instrumental to his team because he just did it. He just did it last night. Stuff like
Yeah,
that happens way too much with Draymond. That's why I
yeah,
don't
all
have
the
him.
time, all the
You know,
time.
like you costing your team, bro. Like you just don't know how much you costing your team doing this dumb behind stuff. And to me, and I said this in the beginning of the stream, the Warriors have a very small margin of error. They just do. They have a very if Steph ain't on, they no.
Yeah, they need a solid number two right now. They need a
They got rid of him.
Clay Thompson ain't that guy no more. So
They got rid of him. They traded him. Jordan Poole. They got rid of him.
oh yeah.
And I always say that's gonna come back to haunt the Warriors. And this is one thing too. I'm not with the narratives, picking sides and all that shit. They did that man dirty, bro. I don't care. That man was very important to y'all team. He was.
You
But
talking a lot of shit though, man.
yeah, but hey, who we learned it from? You
I
got
said
Draymond it every day. How else are you gonna think you gonna respond?
you see him you see him on the bench the other day in Washington talking and
Mhm.
doing all that talking, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know how we is, man. If you talk that talk, you got to do what? You got to walk that walk, right?
Yeah.
A lot of talking, but no walking. And look at the Wizards. The Wizards are a dumpster fire right now. I don't know what they trying to do.
I don't think he was the number two option that was gonna get him to another finals. I don't think he ain't ready for that yet.
No, he ain't
Maybe
ready.
in 5 years.
I'm talking about scoring off the bench.
Yeah,
They missed that shit because
yeah. He was a
That's the
good
point that I'm saying. They
he
missed that
was,
shit.
he was a good six man, but once you pay somebody max money, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to keep bringing them off the bench. It's like Tyler Hero. He need to be coming out the bench, but they paid him all that money. You got to force him in the start lineup.
Did he get hurt again?
Yeah, he got hurt. He
Dang,
always hurt.
dang. And he was balling though this year though too. So far this season too, I
Oh
will say that.
yeah. He put up nice numbers, but his impact to me ain't all that.
I agree.
I think Maxi a better player.
Oh, Maxi a way better player. I agree with that. And and Maxi's and he's a nice player.
Yeah, I just like he just got that like he got that like he play at a tenacious pace, man. That shit hard to defend 4 quarters. I be watching them sometime. I remember watching them last year, like the way he can put up points, 15, 20 points in a quarter. He do it so easy because he plays so fast. And he passing better and he making good decisions out there. Yeah, he gonna get his money this year.
I think so too. I just like that. I like that Philadelphia squad anyway because I was talking about them in the preview. I was like, even without James Harden, I still think they're top four. They're top 14.
Yeah, they solid. Embiid a monster, man. It's just when he get to the playoffs, his averages go down. Like last year, he averaged 33 in the regular season, 23 in the playoffs. So
yeah, he got it. Yeah,
you can't go down. Your average can't go down 10 points, and you expect your team to advance in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying, you got to come out there and produce, man. Ain't nobody stop you. Who gonna stop you? You stopping yourself.
Yeah, man. I got to go back and hit it today, Atlanta, man. I got to go get that money, dog.
Yeah.
My 2 days went by so fast, though. I'm just like, man. But I've been watching that college, man. I'm gonna be doing all the college games, all the good ones, like on Saturday, Sunday, Mondays, and Tuesdays. Because on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I just ain't gonna have the time because of my work schedule. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what. Yeah, we did the games last night. Shout out to my boy Vaughn, man. Man, we did the games last night. Duke gonna be a dangerous team this year, man. Duke got some dogs over there, man.
Yeah, I gotta check them out.
Yeah, Duke gonna be nasty this year, man. Kentucky gonna be good this year too. Michigan State, you know how Michigan State is. They always get beat early in the season and everything like that, and they're able to come. They always play their best basketball right before the tournament, going to March Madness. So I think Kansas is gonna be up in there as well. I'm talking about the games from last night that we've seen, but this is a totally different Kansas team. They just don't. They do got athleticism, but they just young. They freshmen. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna be interesting. But the girls' side is gonna be lit too, because you know you got the female Steph Curry, Caitlin Clark shooting them bombs from Baghdad.
Yeah, she still. What team she play for? Iowa.
Yep, she's like, all right, man. Yeah, that man, Caitlin Clark, man. She bad, bro.
She's still dropping 30 every night.
I call her the female Steph Curry.
Yeah, she be hooping.
But she a dog too. And what I like about her though too is, you know, one thing I'm looking for her this year is cut down her turnovers. For you know, because she's mainly the point guard, the shooter, and everything like that too. You know what? That's why I respect Halliburton. That's why I used to respect Chris Paul. Have a good, and even Rajon Rondo, players like that have a good assist to turnover ratio, because especially in the playoffs, you need them extra possession. You could get away with it in the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, you can't be turning over the ball over like you did in the regular season, man. Because that's going, especially against some good teams, man.
Yeah.
Because that's going to come back and bite them. I like what Houston is doing right now, man. I know Houston, I know Orlando Magic, they should be better than I thought they was, but I think they still trying to figure it out and everything, how to win games, how to close games with leads. You know how it is in the NBA. You got to learn, especially a team like that. That's young, with a young guy, with all the young guys and stuff like that. It's gonna take a while. Like OKC, I think OKC is gonna be really good this year too. With Shai Gilgeous out, and that's another person we don't mention. He's another person that's killing the league. He's a European player. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, he from Canada, huh?
Yeah, he from Canada.
I'm very impressed with the Rockets. I'm very impressed with them. 6-game winning streak. I've been hard on them because I really didn't feel like they could compete in the West. The West is tough, but they playing well. I got to give it to Sengun. Sengun is he top. He's becoming a top player in the league. I mean, he a damn good player. I can't knock him, man.
He's one of my favorite bigs that they don't even talk about, bro, because he's a beast, bro. Go on.
Yeah, he an old school
He got an
footwork
old school
big.
game.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he a good passer and facilitator and kind of got a little Jokic in his game. And yeah, he a good ass player. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm impressed with the Rockets, man. I'm happy for them, man. I know they ain't had a 6-game winning streak probably in 3-4 years, so I'm happy for them.
Yeah, hey, shout out to Houston, man. Shout out to my boy Greenleaf, man. I know Greenleaf been doing the Houston Rockets on YouTube, man. Shout out to Green, man.
Yeah, I
You
know
know,
I know they happy over there.
you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm falling back this year, you know, like how I used to be. Now it's basketball season. I ain't gonna be on nobody's stream, comments, or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all little fanboys want to try to come attack me for some
Man, you
shit.
can't worry about that shit, bro.
I don't worry about it. Y'all don't worry about that shit,
Yeah,
man. I just think it. I just think it's funny, man. I think it's funny, bro. But shout out to Showtime, man. Showtime too, man. Like when everybody be on too. Anyway, I be at work anyway, so I can't even listen to what I'm working at right now anyway. So you know, so I don't know what nobody's doing. I keep up with tickets and stuff like that, but as far as everybody else doing their own thing, nah, I haven't been listening to nobody, man. I just been doing my thing, man. Try to get this college basketball thing going this year. Like I said, I do the NBA games, man. When it comes to by the time March Madness be over with, the NCAA championship is the first weekend of April. No, they got the Final Four the first week, and then the national championship be that Monday. After that, then by that time you should be starting to playing games. That's when I start doing the NBA game. I'm gonna start doing that from this point on, straight up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got so many different channels covering it. I don't blame you. I do something different too.
That's why I did college, man. You know, because I've been said I wanted to do college. That's how I used to get into it with them dudes on Ticket Channel. I'm like, man, that dude's a scrub. I'm like, did you watch him in college? No. So how you know about him? You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. Yeah, that's why I'm doing this college, man. Like, college is lit, man, because I just don't like how the NBA is doing these college players, but at the same time, I seen how they was doing college players even back when that year Paul Pierce didn't leave out, and then he wanted to come back that next following year, and just because he didn't come out, he dropped in that draft that next following year. And nowadays, if you stay 2 or 3 years in college, you know that's frowned upon. Now players like that, they get drafted late second round. You know, it's just now that's why. And now they got players that played 1 year or 1 year or two. Basically, if you play 2 years in high school, 2 years in college, you has looked that better than a player that stayed 3 or 4 years. That's what it's basically been showing me.
Yeah, it's pretty much saying that you less talented if you stay in college longer, but that ain't true, man. I mean,
Sure ain't.
that ain't true, bro. I mean, you just become a better player
Hold
if you
on,
stay
Landon.
3 years, bro.
Let me go to my phone right quick. I'm about to play this blunt. I still got time before I go to work.
Yeah. I was just hollering at you though, man.
Man, you know you always welcome over here, Landon. You original, man.
Really, I check back in with you when you get off.
Oh yeah, man. Shoot, from this, yeah, I'm just gonna go live every morning before I go to work. That's what I'll do. I know the homies still want to talk about the NBA and all that stuff, so I always do it in the morning. You know, I work late afternoon today, so I ain't gonna leave out of here until probably about 12. You know.
Oh yeah, y'all 3 hours behind us. I keep forgetting it.
Yeah,
it's like 8:30 over there, huh? Damn, it's early over there.
It's 9:25.
Oh, okay.
I was up. I got up this morning at 5. I got up at 5, and get the rent money, and all. Because I'm the type of person, I like to get rent out the way. I get rent out the way in one check. Where boom, rent's already paid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got that many bills. You know what I'm saying? My Hulu, make sure my Hulu is paid for. I ain't worried about StreamYard. I paid for StreamYard for the whole year. You know what I'm saying? So I still ain't figure out how to do it on YouTube just yet. I started on StreamYard. That's all why I'm still sticking with StreamYard. That's how I was able to build my channel on StreamYard. I know YouTube's gonna do what they're gonna do, but I'm still gonna push my content though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I agree with that, Corey. That's a good point right there. And B depends on the free throws a lot, and that be his downfall in the playoffs. Yeah, I agree with that to a certain extent.
Well, he flop around so much instead of just finishing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand that, man. And I know Joel Embiid with the Kings, but man, you fall on the floor so much, man. Like, dude, you gonna injure yourself, man.
Telling you, man.
You're too good of a player doing that shit, bro.
Shit make me sick when you do that shit, man. I don't understand it, bro. Why is you falling on the floor every play?
And what's supposed to be wrong with Ben Simmons? What's going on? He's out now?
Yeah, he said he's back. His max deals and max contract days is coming to an end. He did it to himself, man. You got all the talent, all the size, all the athleticism. You just can't put it all together, bro.
Right. I used to argue with Polo about this all the time. Shout out to Polo too, man. My boy Polo, man. You've been missing on these streets, bro. My Houston, Texas brother, man. I hope everything's good, man, with Polo, man. But I used to argue with Polo all the time, man. He was like, T Price, man. He said, what you mean, man? Ben Simmons ain't got to do nothing. He ain't got to add nothing. You can't stop him driving to the basket and all that. I was like, yeah, I get all that. But you need to add something to your game, though. You know what I'm saying? So, because that's what we seen. Like the players back then, you could see what they did. Even players now, for instance, you could look at the players from last season, and you see how these young players was coming out this in the season. You could just tell. The players are really working on their game. Look at all the players that played in the FIBA. What they doing right now? They balling out of control right now. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, thing about Ben, he can drive to the cup, but if he get fouled, he can't shoot no free throws.
Free throws, right?
So he's scared to go to the cup.
Right. Like he's a good driver of the basketball, but at the same time, can you make free throws, bro? Like that's what man. That's the point I be making right there, Lenny. Like, can you make free throws when it's time for you to make free throws? You see what I'm saying? Like, can you make free throws?
Yeah, he just not that good, bro.
Nah, he just not. Well, I always say, Lenny, a person always shows their hand, right? He already showed me what kind of player he is.
Yeah. He borderline Draymond Green out there, man. For real.
Man, I almost choked on my blunt. Oh my God.
Yeah, man. That nigga ain't triple singles out there, man.
Yeah.
Shit. His game has regressed. Like, he used to at least go by that 17, 18 a game, give you 10 assists. Now he just everything triple single. Just ain't that good, man. It didn't pan out.
Right. Atlantean crazy. He said, this nigga said, he said this man is like, oh man, that was too funny. That's why I miss you on the panels, man, because this reminds me of the old school days. We used to be on Ticket Channel, man. We used to talk about everything, but we used to tell the truth. We know times change and stuff like that, but I still like to keep that shit stuff going on around here.
Yeah.
I know everybody pick and choose who they want to listen to and stuff like that. I ain't got a problem with that. I know a lot of, so I'm still going to be. I know a lot of cats don't come over here and everything like that, but I still go support them. So it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Don't matter.
Gotta keep pushing forward.
You already know, man. That's what I always learn how to do anyway. Just keep it moving. Because when I first started doing this, all the homies was like, man, everybody ain't gonna be your friend. The same ones that smile on your face will talk about you. So I seen everything on YouTube. But at the same time, I'm still gonna be me at the same time. So shout out to all the homies that be putting out that content, man. Keep on doing, man. Shout out to my boy Savage Basketball Fashion, man. I love your videos, bro, especially the ones you do on Fridays, man. All right, I gotta shoot the gun off. Man, we got some funny people that do be good putting out great content, man. For real, man.
Yeah, I try to pop in and give everybody a like, man. I try to listen to everybody that came up with us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, the ones that I do, I like Showtime. He just got so many video girls. Showtime to go live a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's very hard for me to, catch up with Showtime and his videos and stuff like that. It's like the only ones I do get into is when he be doing that boxing stuff, because I still watch boxing too, but I don't look at boxing like it was when I was growing up. I still watch it anyway. I ain't paying no pay-per-view for no shit though.
Yeah.
Cause you remember back in the day when a black person found out how you could get it for free, everybody in the whole neighborhood had it.
Yeah. Same way today.
Sure is.
I can get it for free. I ain't paying for it. That's just bottom line. I'm just they talking about.
Yeah, that's just how it is on the NBA app. You know what I'm saying? I got that jump for free for getting the Kobe game. I like after that season, I'm not doing it no more. Only way you give it to me if you're giving it to me for free. So yeah, man, I'm about to relax and chill and enjoy these last couple of hours, man. I appreciate my brother Landon coming through, man, chopping up with me, man. I'm about to get up out of here, man.
Already, man. I'll get with you.
Well, you already know, man.
Yeah.
Peace to you, man. Y'all be safe out there, man. I'm out, man. And Draymond, thank you for the WWE fight from last night. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that WWE fight you gave me last night. That shit remind me of SmackDown a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. It's just my opinion. So don't get mad at me. Everybody don't think alike either. Just remember that too. And another thing I'm gonna keep on saying, I'm not with the consensus that think everything is the way everything should be. Peace out.